Hi everyone, welcome back into North Dakota today. Well, our friends from Northarvest, Jennifer and John Hansen, are joining me this morning to talk about living ag in the class and all things beans. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you in studio. So tell me, how did you get involved with Northarvest?
Oh, gosh. So Jed,
Yes.
the communications and marketing director, is a good friend of ours. He's actually the officiant at our wedding.
Oh, okay, I love
And
that.
he told me that there was an opening, and so I applied, and
Yeah.
3 years later, here I am.
Well, that's amazing. So tell me a little bit about living ag in the class.
So living ag, so there's a disconnect between people and where their food comes from. So living ag classroom is a great way to teach fourth graders about the wonderful crops that are growing in North Dakota. And so the commodity groups and other ag agencies get together and we have booths. And the kids rotate through the booths. We have 7 minutes to teach them about the crops and the byproducts of what's growing in their own backyard.
Yeah, that's amazing. So is this focused mainly on the schools in bigger cities, rural classrooms?
Both.
Yeah.
So far this year, the program runs from January through April, and we've already been in Jamestown, Minot, and Bismarck, where we've
Okay.
seen about 40 schools and 1,200 kids.
Yeah.
And next week, we are in West Fargo, where we'll be seeing about 38 schools and over 2,300 kids.
Wow.
And then it ends in Lisbon in April. So combination of big cities, little towns,
Yeah.
big schools, little schools.
Well, that's amazing. So tell me, why are you so passionate about this and about educating our youth about this topic?
You want to take that one?
I'm just the talent.
It's important. It's important. If you educate them about where their food comes from, then they're more likely to want to eat healthy.
Yeah.
And just appreciate the fields that they drive by and just wonder, oh, what's growing in that field?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely important, I think, for young kids to be aware. Obviously, North Dakota has such a rich agricultural background, too, so it's really important to learn these things. Tell me about, you said that you have booths, correct? So what's at each booth? What are the kids learning?
So we've got, let's see, who's there? Corn, soy, beef, honey, wheat, and each
Extension.
extension, sugar beet.
Education, sugar beet.
So each program's a little different.
2 dozen probably.
Soy tells the kids about all the products that
Yeah.
soybeans actually make it into. And our program is a beans true or false game.
Okay.
So we're testing the kids on their knowledge of beans in history, nutrition, farming, just to whet their appetite about how wonderful and versatile beans are.
Yeah.
I split them up on either side of the table, and then they become a green team and a red team. And when we first started, we used to keep score. And then we thought, well, maybe that's not a good idea anymore, because then they get really competitive. So we can just get them to answer the questions, and then I tell them the actual answer.
Yep.
So then they learn a little bit, and so we learn a lot of things here and there. There's at least 30 questions that I can go through in a 7-minute, 6-minute period, because that's
Yeah.
all the time we have, and then they rotate, depending
Okay.
on what city we're in.
Okay.
And then we've been fortunate enough to get some of the farmers to actually join us too. And the
Fun.
kids love to have an actual farmer that they can ask questions of also.
Yes. Okay. Do you have some true or false bean questions that you memorize off the top of your head?
Well, no, I've got some with me. We're good.
Okay.
I got most of them memorized, so you want to do that now?
I think we should.
Are you ready?
I mean, I grew up on a farm, so people are probably going to be a
Well.
little disappointed in me if I don't know, but now I'm nervous.
And your dad will be with me sometime next week.
Yep,
So
definitely.
we have the farmer with us, and I'm just the talent. Like I said, I teach the kids, and hopefully we have a farmer with us. So, all right. So beans have been grown by humans for just the last 1,000 years. Is that true or false?
False.
It is false. Beans have been grown far longer. Between 8,000 and 10,000 years, we've been growing beans. Guinness Book of World Records says the largest pot of baked beans was 5 gallons. Is that true or false?
I'm going to go false. I feel like it should be bigger.
You're correct. It is
Okay.
false. The largest pot of baked beans was 1,479 gallons. They put it in a dump truck, cooked it up, and everybody took a shovelful home.
Ew. I hope they cleaned it really good.
North Dakota produces roughly a third of the country's dry beans per year. True or false?
Well, I know North Dakota and Minnesota create 60% altogether. So I'm going to go true.
It is true. North
Okay.
Dakota produces more dry beans than any other state, period.
Yeah, awesome.
Dry beans, props, are better for you than beans in a can. This is a Great Northern can of beans. These are Great Northern beans in the package. Dry beans are better for you than canned beans. True or false?
Is it the same? So false?
Dry beans are better for you than
they
canned
are?
beans. So
Okay.
it is true.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is everything on the shelf, folks, has got what in it? Water and salt as a preservative to stay on the shelf in a can. So these are not good for you. There's at least 500 milligrams of sodium in this can. All you have to do is, as I teach my kids, soak them before you eat them. Well, you make them repeat that when I'm at the table with them. So soak them before you eat them, folks. Put them in the sink overnight. Cook with them all day long. No salt.
Okay, gotcha. That's certainly good to know. Okay, I think we have time for one more. Or is that it? Is that it?
You stumped the band leader.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite question that one of the kids asked one of the farmers last year was, were jelly beans part of the dry bean?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, there.
So that was a fun question.
Yeah.
That is a good one, and that's good to know. You're learning something every day.
1 cup of dry beans is equal to 10 cups of cooked beans. True or false?
I don't know. False?
The answer is false. It's equal to 2 to 2.5 cups
Okay.
of cooked beans.
Well, very interesting. This has been very educational for me. I appreciate your guys' time this morning.
Thank you very
you
much.
very much.
Look forward to seeing your dad and making him work.
Yes, of course. You better do that for sure. Okay, everybody at home, stick around because coming up on today's show, Discovery Middle School will be hosting a cultural night. We have all the details after this short break.